It seems like over the recent last week or so, the news out of Philly just keeps getting worse and worse. And this story is not going to make things better. It's dated April 24th, 2018, from WHYY out of Philly. Philly overdose deaths surged past 1,200 in 2017. The reason? Fentanyl, which I'm not shocked. I went over there not long ago. And when I got out of the car, the needles, oh my God, were everywhere, all over the ground. It was really disgusting to see so many, but that is really a sign of how many people that are addicted in that neighborhood. I was in the Frankfurt area, and that just go to show you how many people are using that lives in that particular area. The number of people who died of drug overdoses in Philadelphia last year rose by one-third to 1,217. The city announced Tuesday, making official the estimate health officials have been citing all year as they work to fight a worsening crisis of opioid overdoses. Now, if you remember, at the end of last year, the governor declared a state of an emergency because so many people in the state of Pennsylvania were dying from drug overdoses. It was just going through the roof. And as you can see in the city, it's really no better. According to the new report from Philadelphia Department of Public Health, opioids were involved in 88% of fatal overdoses in 2017. The synthetic opioid, fentanyl, fueled last year's surge, the health commissioner, Thomas Farley. Fentanyl has taken over from heroin as the number one drug that kills people in Philadelphia today, he said. It's a particularly potent, addictive, and deadly opioid that has thrown gasoline on the fire of the crisis we were already seeing. The number of fentanyl-related deaths nearly doubled last year. Fentanyl or fentanyl-like analogs were involved in 846 fatal overdoses, nearly as many as the 907 total deaths caused by drug use in Philadelphia the year before. The department also reported that more opioid deaths this year involved drug combinations. Because remember, when these people die from drug overdoses, it's rarely just one drug in their system. Usually it's a combination of drugs. So what they're finding is on top of the fentanyl, cocaine and meth on top of that mixed in. And the autopsies are showing all of these different drugs. I guess they did die, huh? Continuing a trend that started in 2015. Farley said the city is continuing to work to get doctors to prescribe fewer opioids. That's not going to do any good if you got the street drug out there. Expand addiction treatment and increase access to the overdose reversal drug, naloxone. But he also said a supervised injection facility, or what the city is calling a comprehensive user engagement site, could play a role in preventing more deaths. And Philly has been talking about doing that actually all through last year. And to be honest with you, I think they already got one opened. You know how they already do something, but they don't announce it right away. I wouldn't be surprised if it's already up and running. According to a report prepared for the city by public health researchers, a single comprehensive user engagement site could save between 24 and 76 lives in 1 year. The analysis of last year's death found that all age groups and ethnicities were affected by the increase, but it reported the largest increase among Hispanics. Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. And found that slightly younger victims represented the greatest share of the overdoses. Yeah, see, over in Philly, the city, the blacks and Hispanics live right next to each other. The whites live on the other side of them. And I don't know if many of you heard these things, but when I was growing up, there was always race wars going on in that part of the city where the blacks, the whites, and Hispanics. Now, when I was younger, it was always the black and white people. They would go back and forth. And I kid you not, they would kill someone black. And the black people there, they didn't play. They would get a hold of someone white and kill them. And that went on all summer long. They kill a black person, black people get a hold of a white person and kill them. And it went on like that all summer. And then things kind of wind down between black and white people. And all of a sudden, it started occurring between the Hispanics and whites. And it's been like that off and on every year. It don't happen until like around the summer months, and they go back and forth killing each other. They'll kill a Hispanics, the Hispanics will get a hold of a white guy and kill him. And it just goes back and forth all summer. But one thing I can say, I have not heard about the black and white people going at it like that in a long time. I think the last time I remember it happening between the black and white people, I was really young. But since my adulthood, it's always been the Hispanic and white people fighting back and forth. Okay, getting back to this. These numbers certainly underscore that we have an absolute crisis here, Farley said. I'm hopeful this will build support for this one additional way we can use to save lives. According to a report prepared for the city by public health researchers, a single comprehensive user engagement site could save 24 to 76 lives in 1 year. The analysis of last year's deaths found that all age groups and ethnicities, and that's what I read before, and it was mainly Hispanics, the overdose deaths among Hispanics shot up 60%. That's a lot. Wow. And victims aged 35 to 44 surpassed 45 to 54. That is a change because the 45 to 54 group was actually overdosing more. So now it's actually shift to the younger group to become the age group suffering the most deaths. You know, this is the first city that I have heard where it's impacting the Hispanics more. You know, I don't think it was even this way in New York. There was one glimmer of hope in the report, Farley said. The death count decreased somewhat during the latter half of 2017. Farley speculated it could be a result of a major drug bust or efforts to make naloxone more available, but added he couldn't officially explain the decrease. There are many things outside of our control. So we're going to have to continue to take as many steps as we can and hope those will cause the decline to continue, Farley said. You know, it's a real tough one. And now we're getting to the warmer months of the year. And this is where the college students are home, the kids are off, and it's a big party season. You know, as soon as the weather gets good, you know, everybody is going to house parties and doing that. I would imagine it'll probably shoot up over the summer. But yeah, it's deep. This is deep that it's, you know, wow. You know, I'm going to have to check this out and see if there's other areas like this. But like I said, this is the first time I've heard that it impact Hispanics more than white people in the city, because I know when I looked at stories last year, it was mainly the white people in the city of Philadelphia that were impacted. Boy, my, how things shift. But tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just glad it's not the black community. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. And don't forget to get my app. I got a new app out there. If you have an Android device, please download the app. You'll be able to watch my videos directly from the app. And not only this channel, but my other 2 additional channels are on there for you to see as well. Peace, family.